So we're going to remove this oil pan. So next step for this engine teardown.
May makina tambak ba yan? May makina na yan?
Anong tambak?
Tambak. Bawal lang pinagawa.
Ito? Hindi daw eh. Parang wala pang isang buwan nang natigil daw huminto yung dust.
Ang kinalawang na rin yan, ilalim.
Nang? Oo, dami na. Ha? Sikit ng bolt. The head of the bolt is so rusted it can't fit easily to the socket. Can't even find its proper slot because of the dirt and corrosion. And it's hard to remove the bolt from the socket. The sealant is still the original factory sealant, so this rotary engine has not been opened before, and this is the first time to be opened. You will also see here that the oil pan is corroded in so many areas. Let's see here, definitely needs derusting and repainting. Okay, here you go. Oil pan is removed. Mukhang wala namang bearing debris, no? So far it looks good. You can see the eccentric shaft from here, from this hole. This is the return port for the oil. Dito wala din, eh. Okay din. So there are no bearing debris from a bearing failure. So it's good. Sige. Buksan na natin yung likod. Now to remove this intake manifold. Buti yung stock up yung 6 foot. So that's the 5th and 6th port sleeve. Kung wala tanggalin na yun, ayan siya. Nalalagay na yun sa pinakataas. You can see here the engine is very dirty. So we're about to remove the oil injectors. You can see here a part of the coating of the intake manifold gasket. And a lot of dirt here. Thank you. Hindi na original, no? The bolt for the oil metering pump, one of it is not original anymore. You see here, it's not an original bolt. May nalaglag pa mga ano eh, no? Tayo ng daga, no? Lagay mo na rin yung sa taas mo. May thermostat ba yan? Okay. So there's no thermostat here. They've removed it. They've removed the thermostat without even closing this port here, the bypass port. So the efficiency of the cooling system is not so good. They should have placed the original thermostat here. LDO. Sige, i-rotate mo yan. Ito naman yung harapan mo. Balik mo pa? Balik. Hindi mo yan din. Matakaw dito yan. Palagay mo dito sa pan. Walang problema dito sa pan. So we're going to remove this front cover, but you have to remove first this crank eccentric shaft pulley with its trigger. I find it hard to remove this when you remove the engine because of the corrosion around this metal part where the pulleys fits into. Sama, bunutin mo na lang ngayon dito. So use your thermal pellet. The thermal pellet that controls the oil pressure when it's cold and bypasses the oil pressure. There we go. As you can see the corrosion here. That's why even though the bolts are already removed, it's not easy to pull this out. It should be slide fit only. But we need to remove that corrosion first. Okay. Okay, so to remove the front cover, impact na. To remove the water pump first. There you go. Oh, yung gasket. Mukha nabuksan na, no? Pwede na palitan na ng water pump. Pinain na ng corrosion. Dapat yan yung gasket papunta dun. The metal gasket here has been eaten up by corrosion. There should be a metal part here. It's already gone. Sige, hausin niya. Sige, tanggalin mo. Pakiwan naman natin. Masila. The eccentric shaft trigger, we should remove it first to be safe. And now to remove this front cover of this Rotary engine. Malit. Ooh, more dirt falling from the engine. Saan sumasabit? Sa stud? Oh. Stud din. Parang the same thing that happened to the aircon compressor. You can see here the corrosion. Ito nandito pa yung gasket. Okay. Hindi, akit mo na yun din sa taas. Pati yung mga diretso. Ito. Bago mo akit yung mga tornilyo niya. Sama mo na rin yung gasket niya. Tayo ng daga. So to remove this metal gasket for the front cover. So this is the weakest part of the metal gasket. You will see here that the part of the gasket is already eaten away by corrosion. You see it's very thin already. And that separates the inlet and the outlet of the coolant. Diretso sa oil pan. So the bearing here, the thrust needle bearing, looks good. Ayun. Ganyan kasi siya. String yan. So removing the strainer, the oil pump strainer. Oops, more oil. Diretso sa ano. And now to remove the oil pump. So we're going to examine the oil pump here, the condition of the internal rotor of this oil pump. We're going to clean it up first. We need to remove this key first. There you go, the key for the oil pump sprocket. and so that I can fully remove the two rotors inside of this oil pump. There are some scratches, but I think they are minor scratches only. You can have a better look of this if we clean this up first. So we're going to clean it. Wow. Well, so let's take a look. Without the oil residue, you can see there are scratches. There are scratches, as you can see. It's better if this oil pump will be replaced, but for my engine I can still reuse this, but I can't give any warranty if this water of the oil pump is still used in the rebuild. So let's check the other rotor. We need to remove that pin, which is I don't want to remove it if we're going to reuse. So degreasing, not a final degreasing, but a partial cleaning of the oil pump. Clean the water inside. So far this one, for me, this is still perfect rotor gear. Slight scratches at the housing of the oil pump, but still good. And here, slight scratch only. But this one is not good for me if I will provide a warranty. As you can see, my fingernails, when running through the scratches, you can hear it that it's very rough. You can see that scratches. So far, can still be reused, but without warranty. So the washer, where's the so the key and the nut for the sprocket. Here, ganyang position. Baka malaglag yung gear. Tingnan mo yung key. So it's the bare block, the bare rotary block. So we're now going to open it to see the condition of the internals. No more intake manifold, no oil pan, no front cover. Now to open the rear iron plate, rear iron housing. So when we did the recompression test, the rotor 2 here has lower compression than the front. This one has 50 psi readings from one or two of the rotor phases, and this one picks up 70 from a fast cranking due to a shorter battery cables when we compression tested this engine here at the engine stand. So we follow the factory sequence in removing the bolts, the tension bolts of the rotary engine. Usually in rotary engines, the biggest enemy of rotary engines are carbon deposits. The rotary engine is so carboned up, it's prone to more wear and tear because of the seals, the apex seals, the side seals, and the corner seals can't move freely due to the carbon deposits that are already built up inside the rotary engine. I have a video of that showing that the seals can properly move. Even the springs, it can't move freely anymore. It's like they're already locked up So when the rotor spins in the rotor housing, it creates more tension than usual, more tension than the standard spring tension. It should only be the tension of the springs that provides tension, but if it's so carboned up, the carbon deposits gives more stress to the proper tension of the springs of the seals. Oh, daliparan mo naman ang dugo yung isang namin. So wala talagang this tension bolt has no washer seal, but this one has a washer seal. Okay, pull out mo lahat ng tension bolts. And now to remove this rear stationary gear. Sige, tanggalin mo. Huwag mo muna tanggalin. Gusto ko tanggal ko. This is just a slide. It's a slide fit gear stationary gear. Kunin mo yung ano natin, yung pangsikwat na power handle. This engine needs a lot of cleaning. It's so dirty. There you go. Told you it's just a slide fit gear. Ayan, oh, you can see here that the bearing is already worn. You can see the copper trace of the bearing, the main bearing of the eccentric shaft. Tingnan mo makikita sa camera. You can see that copper trace. The copper trace here is also exposed here. So this main bearing definitely needs replacement. Good thing that it didn't reach a total failure of the bearing, just like what happened to the engine of my Rx-8. Slide mo. Oh, hawakan mo.